We are
Okay,
live
well,
on air. I know, right? We are live on air, and once again, you guys are just joining in our already going conversation. I love how we do that. But anyway, thank y'all for coming over and joining us. And if you want to come into the live chat room, go check us out on Facebook to get the link to come into the chat room here. Real quick, though, I can put it over here into the chat room on YouTube. So for those of you that are watching us live over there, you can come on in to the live chat room and just to join in on the fun, of course, because it's so much fun.
Because you never know what is going to come out of our mouths.
You never do, and I tell you what, guilty. Yeah, I just flow with it. We just go with it. And of course, now hang on a second. I got to hear this commercial. Okay, let's get bad. And cut that off. Okay, so we do have a couple of live listeners over here, so I'm going to throw in this link for our live chat room. Oh my goodness, where did the chat room go? I clicked over here to turn that off. Oh, there it goes. We're good. Okay, so anyway. We're going to welcome back Miss Belle. She has been on tour, so she has definitely been missed. And Miss Christina is with us tonight as well. And yay! And we've certainly missed her too because Miss Christina used to be with me on the weekly show, but she's just been moving all over the place and enjoying her adventurous life. So we're thrilled that she is here with us tonight. And I know that you guys probably read the description and see that we're also supposed to have AngelWolf here. She may show up, she may not. She's got some things going on. So we're going to start the conversation, though. First I have to share screen because Miss Christina gave us a picture. See how quickly it does it. Screen share.
Yeah, Belle, did you see that picture?
Oh, that image that was with the bicycles or the motorcycles or
Yeah,
scooters?
yeah.
That was awesome.
That's it.
I mean, incredibly awesome.
Yeah, I mean, my God, when I first looked at this, I just thought, oh my God, that is some freaky stuff right there. Because Christy, I looked at it because Christina sent it to me in Skype, and
she
can blow it up.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say, can
on
you
the very
scroll
bottom
to
right,
bigger?
click on the.
Yeah, and guys, we're not talking about the light that's shiny at the headlight of the bike. Go to the right of that light and look behind the bush, and you'll see it looks like a porcelain doll, to be honest, from the olden times, olden days. But I don't think this is a doll. Do you?
Mm-mm.
You know how I know it's not a doll? Click the picture, guys. If I open it up, just click on the motorcycle. I'll quit pausing. The doll eyes glow. Doll. Anything that's an inanimate object, and any photographer could tell you this, if it's an inanimate object, the eyes are not going to glow. Her eyes are red.
Okay, click back on it again. I'm not seeing it.
You click at the motorcycle, it'll come up.
Oh, if I click at it?
Yeah.
Clicking at it.
Are you looking at the screen here? Is it showing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and not only that, when I first looked at it too, I I try not to pay attention too much to what is said when the picture arrives, right? Because I just want to look at the picture and see where I'm drawn, see what energy I'm picking up on, and when I was drawn immediately, of course, past the motorcycle to the bush area, and then saw that, and then blew it up, and the face, it looks almost well, besides the eyes being
demonic
red, it looks it looks demonic.
Yeah,
it looks male. It looks. I didn't feel female energy from it. I
I
feel
don't know.
male
It looks
energy.
to me like have you ever gone to say Cracker Barrel and look at all their old photographs that are hanging up there in the Cracker Barrel, general store there,
Yeah.
or in the restaurant area? They've got all these older pictures of people, and that face expression is the exact same. That it's almost like you weren't allowed to smile in a photograph back in the day.
I
Yeah.
always wondered about that. Why almost all the photographs you look
Excuse me.
at,
They
it,
told
Yeah,
there's an
but they
old
told not
folklore
to smile.
that there's a folklore about that is if you smile at a camera, it causes something to do with vanity. I can't remember, but it's folklore.
yeah.
It's
And so it
something to
just
do with
sort of
vanity.
reminds me of that era where
Yeah.
they weren't allowed to smile. And also, if you look beyond the little, and to me, I think it's a little girl just because it looks like she's wearing foo-foo ruffles and, curly hair,
Oh,
but
her
that's
hair.
hers.
Boys wore garments like this as well back in that
They
time.
certainly did.
Boys,
But if you look
yeah.
beyond that image, that person, it almost feels like you're getting a glimpse of the uh, time frame that she came from, like the room that or he, the room that they're in, because it looks like right above their head, it looks like there's a clock. Can you see that
It's a
right above her
faint.
head?
I wondered what that was. It is very faint. You're correct.
Um,
Yes,
but
and it
to
looks
me though, it
like
doesn't look like a clock. It looks like a face.
Well, it looks like she's holding her face in her right arm.
Well, not. Well, I'm talking behind
Yeah.
the doll
yeah.
girl,
To me, it
whatever.
looks like to me it looks like a clock, and which just signifies time. And if you look to the right of it again, it looks like yet another clock face. Which again it has something to do with time. And this is just how I'm interpreting it, and it doesn't mean that
Hmm.
I'm
No,
correct
yeah.
by any means, but just
Oh,
what's coming through for me.
Were you gonna say
You see
something,
what I mean?
Christina?
Where I see the
Yeah.
two
Yeah, I
different
do.
clocks.
I see there's quite a few faces in there,
Uh-huh.
but I felt such like demonic energy behind her. Not only that, if you look down in front
Angel,
of her. Oh, hey, Angel. If you
Hi
look down in
there.
front of her, and
turn the camera.
In
the
front of
mist
her.
below, down,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
in the mist below, I don't know what
Mm.
that is, but that looks like some writing. It
Scroll
seems out of
up just
place.
I noticed that too.
scroll a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
up
right
just a little
here,
bit. There we go.
right in
Yes.
here.
There's one thing I have to tell you that I have to tell you. Do you remember when we went to the haunted house out there in the middle of nowhere in Corona?
Uh-huh.
That's where this.
Oh,
It's in that riverbed. Remember that river down there?
yeah, that
That's
whole
where
area.
they ride their motorcycles and stuff there. That's where this is at.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Wow. Well,
Interesting.
I definitely, and when I was started getting, more into, trying to get the picture from this, I just started feeling so many other children crying out. So I'm not sure what took place there. Well, maybe we can look that up in the history of, since you know the area. But
Yeah.
I just started feeling so many children cry out.
Hmm. Like maybe this was a
You said
burial
that too,
ground
Dave.
sometime.
What's that?
Is that
What'd you say, Bill?
I said, do you think maybe it was a burial ground at some point?
I don't know if it was a burial ground or if some people or kids were taken there and disposed of.
Yeah, like a burial
Yeah.
ground, but
Yeah.
yet not a
Right.
cemetery, mind you, but a
Right.
burial ground.
Right. Which I tell you what, though, I felt all kinds of energy when we were there.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. That stuff actually followed us back to Christina's and, kept me up for a while. It took me a while to clear it, because it was so strong, very strong energy.
Wow.
Kept coming at me, help me. I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm trying.
Yeah. Do you feel she's an earthbound, guys? All of you, do you feel she's a little earthbound or?
Yeah, I don't think that was energies crossed.
You know,
Mm-mm.
I kind of have, and I like to play devil's advocate, so
Mm-hmm.
y'all just bear
Oh,
with me.
that's good, please.
My clip is giving me a headache. I had to take it out. Um, Squirrel. Okay.
Right.
Um, here's here's what I feel. In regards to the subject of earthbound souls, that's almost like saying that they got left behind. And understandably that um, they can choose to go to the light or they can choose not to. I get that part. But I often wonder if an individual, maybe let's say, what if maybe she's not an earthbound, but yet has chosen since her transition, has chosen to come back because there's a mystery to be solved or a story to be told. Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, that's definitely one way to look at it. I mean, because especially if it's an unsolved and unresolved, but they were able to
Exactly.
cross over. But you use the term, choose, and that they were left behind. When I see it as that they get stuck, they get pulled back down. I have this vision in my head of all these spirits flying up, and all of a sudden, there's this, sucking machine, if you will, like pulling him back towards the earth.
You suck. You
You know
suck,
what I
young
mean?
lady.
You suck and you gotta go back. But literally, pulling them from being able to move on. I've actually, had a few channel sessions that you can still listen to there on Blog Talk Radio underneath Supernatural Radio. But and spoke with several who had a hard time transitioning. And not only that, my own experience of, talking to those that I know that took their life, and, it took them 2 or 3 years to come back and talk to me. And then their stories when they came back to talk to me were one of, definite struggle to be able to cross over. So it's more of a getting stuck, more of a, that's the way I've
A
always.
fear-based, you think? A fear of crossing
Um,
because of
well,
having.
it's not a no, it's not a fear of crossing. It's an actual. There's actual other things going on. When we're alive, we know there's other things going on. So when we cross over, what's to stop those same energetic things from infiltrating and stopping and
So are
preventing.
they aliens and they don't belong on that realm?
Um,
Maybe they're wanting to get back to the mothership, or it's just
well,
the
I
way.
mean the ones that are like between here and there is a space.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
been
there
plenty
is
of yeah, there's been plenty of people write
documentation.
about
Yep,
that. Yeah.
yep.
And so in that space is where they can get stuck. I actually saw Michael Jackson like running around this tube where he was chasing the light, and it would open up and he would try and jump up and get through it, get to the other side of it. And it took years. He didn't cross over right away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So I
And
was
so, yeah.
I was reading about some of that this week, and um, they called it the Bardo. I don't know. That was the first time I had ever heard that expression, but
Right. No, and you can see that. You can. I actually see it in places that are not just, between here and there, but in the bars and stuff. There is a space between realms where there are these entities just waiting to jump in to people who are inebriated. You know?
Really?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
can't even go to bars
That's
hardly.
the spirits.
Mm. Huh?
That's the word spirit, where the word
Yeah.
spirits came from.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's
Alcohol
why they
so
don't
spirits.
call
many
it
years
spirits
ago.
for nothing. Yeah.
Alcohol spirits.
Isn't that
Yep.
funny?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean,
Interesting.
there's, oh my goodness.
Well, I have a large file genre that I'm going to will to Solana for her radio show and some research of paranormal photos because it's kind of a hobby of mine. So I
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
some, and Solana has been gone through them with me. We put our heads together, but it's an amazing portfolio of photos that have been sent to me by people around the world that have paranormal. This was just my latest one, paranormal entity type situations. And so I'm going to be willing that to Solana, and hopefully, Solana, we could carry this over for another show and really start getting into some of these photos and try to tear it apart and see what we're picking up. Solana is, and Belle and Angel is with media today and social media and cameras, digital cameras and all that. We're picking up more of these things than we ever before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know for a majority of my photos that I've kept are did the research, and I know a lot of the people too. They're not photographed. So whether it's a camera anomaly or they captured something, we have to figure that out and feel the energy behind it. With digital cameras, it's really hard to pick up anomaly. It's normally something is actually there, such as orbs. Now I'm not an expert, but I could kind of I could tell the difference between a orb that is dust or carpet fiber or some, moisture or a bug. actual energy orb, which would be a type. And I have a lot of. So I think, Solana, that would make a very interesting for you and Belle to maybe have us back and talk about these photos, because look at this photo, guys. Come on, that's amazing.
Pretty cool.
It's been captured, right?
We're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you're breaking up in general, or it's just for me, but that last thing you said, it just kind of went wrong.
Yeah, she's been breaking.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna see if I've got my pictures. I have a picture that I took. It was actually included in one of my friend's books, and it was a picture that I took when my husband was out. It was on New Year's Eve, and he was out, shoveling snow because we had friends coming over that night, and it was, we had to shovel some snow so they could get to the front door, and it was the night that we had 4 foot of snow. And so hubby's out there shoveling, and my dad had messaged me, and he goes, "Check this out. We had 4 inches of snow and couldn't even get out of the driveway." And I'm like, "Really? Let me send you a picture of my snow." And so I sent it to him so he could see it, and we got this anomaly, which I like to call it my husband's father, because it was on his dad's property. And it looks like he swooped in and put his hands around the snow shovel and was helping him shovel.
Oh,
It was
wow.
this spirit, yeah. I'm looking for the picture now because I got it somewhere. Summer's on this here computer, maybe.
That'll be exciting to see. I love looking at these photos. And I love looking at them with Solana, and then we put our heads together to try to figure out, friend or foe, or what is it?
Right.
You remember? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to just say, oh my gosh, I forgot what it was. I was going to say that, when we look at, I know, right? Because I'm looking for a picture as we're talking too. But when we're looking at the pictures, it's like, you can tell right away. It's like some of them, they just, been photoshopped, Oh, but I know what I wanted. The point I wanted to make was because of the Photoshop still, situation that we got going on today, for you to be able to get a really good, clear picture if something is really there, use a Polaroid. One of those instant cameras, or a 35 millimeter, and actually have it developed. And for whatever reason, because like what we're all saying, because of the atmosphere around us, those high definition cameras pick up on everything.
They do.
They really do. So you got to be very. I mean, it could be bugs, rain, snow, all kinds of things. But yeah, try using a Polaroid camera, or a 35. Or a 35. Yeah.
The most interesting photo, Solana. Do you remember the one where the guy was asleep? Him and his wife were traveling, and on the side of the highway to sleep, and she woke up and she was trying to get him up. She was teasing him, and she took her phone and took a snapshot of him sleeping on the passenger side of the car. Well, when she took that photo, because she was kind of playing with him, she took the photo of him sleeping. Remember that thing pushed up against the window on the outside of the door? Right. That one has always baffled me the most.
I know, because it's like, is it real or is it Memorex?
That was weird. Was that not the strangest photo? I do feel energy behind that photo, but then I want to say, how could that possibly be real? That was a monster. That was ugly. That was one of the weirdest.
It kind of looked like Hollywood-style monster, though. That's what threw me off, because, if it looks like a Hollywood, it could be Hollywood.
I know. That's the one where I'm like, oh, is it or isn't it? That one bothers me a lot. I can't really tell if it's been... A lot of times I can tell if it's been photoshopped by the shadowing, different little things here and there. I know what to look for because I've studied it online to look for, and I've studied and studied. That one, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hang on a second, because I want to share this other one with you, because we're talking about orbs and things, especially this picture. Over on the left-hand side of the screen, you might have a screen share option.
Rapid movement. It fades from light, so that's not dust.
Right.
Dust doesn't do that. Could it be fiber? It's kind of doubtful. Could it be a bug? Very possible. But Where's the wings? Where's the rapid movement of the wing motion? So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
I have graphs. I have all these graphs where I could compare my graph of orbs, all hundreds of different kinds of orbs, to this and try to figure out what's what. Now, just to look at this picture right now, I would say it looks like you picked up some energy. I can't say that's a bug.
Yeah.
I know it's not dust.
And I tell you what, when I first started looking at it, oh my God, right away I started feeling a male energy around the energy, you know, all of it. It was just like, and it wanted to like envelop them. I have a series of pictures. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and it shows it in progression, even floating around, just going around these 2 wonderful little ladies here. Mm-hmm.
I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think this picture is on another of my hard drives that I'll have to connect, but I'll get that sent to you, Solana, so that you can have a look at it and see.
Angel has one.
Yeah, I think I'm just I had to email it from my phone to my email, so I'm waiting for it to, if I did it right, because I don't know how else to do it.
Right.
And I have that one on my file, but on my other computer. Is that the one with your daughter?
Yeah.
Other computer. That was legit. I could not rule out.
That was pretty cool.
I don't get a lot of them, but most of my 99% of them.
Excuse me.
What they think it is. It's not. It's dust. It's moisture. Especially these orb, huge, like a nucleus around them, and it'll maybe looks like a smiley face. Those are dust. But you tell my clients that, and they're like, "No, it's not. It's my Aunt Betty."
Okay, like, those are what? What did you say they were?
Dust.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of them are, you know.
When they have a kaleidoscope inside the nucleus of it, that to me is usually signs of, you know, being an orb.
Right, in different colors too.
Not
all of them are white.
No.
You know? Yeah, some of them are greens, and I've seen pinks and blues. And
that could be fiber. That could be clothing, a piece of speck, carpet. Really look at them with your graphs.
Don't you tell that to Horton, because Horton hears a who.
Oh, that's right. I have one that's...
Can you see that? Did I do the screen share right?
Yep, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see it.
You don't
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, just because we keep talking.
Right.
See how that's plasmatic, you guys? Do you see the plasmatic form?
Yeah.
To the right, to the left, around her, how that looks like plasma? You know, in a lot of times spirit comes in a plasmatic form. Sometimes we'll even leave a plasma type substance behind.
Mm-hmm.
This is a loved one, probably plasmatic. And I've seen quite a few of these in the studies that I've done through other people's photos around the world that show these plasma type entities on photos. He absolutely, hands down, is not dust. It's not moisture. It's not a finger. It's not a shadow. Look to the left. I mean, to the left of the photo. Look at that. See how that looks like plasma or plastic?
Mm-hmm.
You definitely are picking up on a loved one. It's grandma or grandpa or somebody that's watching over this family.
Oh my gosh! You know what? For the very first time ever, it almost looks like I see a face over there. I've never seen it before. I'm by the shoe.
Yeah.
Like I just thought it was. I don't know.
Yeah, peeking around the corner. I saw that too before when you showed it to me. It looks like it's peeking like that.
Yeah.
You guys see that by his shoe?
Like the baby sees that and is like trying to grasp at it.
Well, she actually fell. She was learning how to walk, and she fell all the way to 90 degrees, and then just stood right back up.
Wow.
Something caught, and that probably caught her.
Yeah,
And she sees it because they're not shut down.
No, not at
see
all.
this,
They see
this
so much.
blob that you see on the left-hand side? I've always understood that to be the what's the word? All of a sudden, I'm having brain fartitis. It's like the portal that they came in.
Mm.
You know,
That
it's
causes
a
the
mode of travel
plasma.
that came in. You know, it's like breaking a sound barrier, but you're getting it captured on film, and it's like the portal that they came in on.
That's what's amazing about digital. See, guys, it could pick this up. Now, 35 millimeter would not have picked this up, you guys. Might have been a little bit of a blur, but it would have not been so detailed. You understand?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what I took this. I know I had to get it developed. Whatever camera I took it on.
And it's 35 mils. You know, those are good too for capturing anomalies. You know,
They can. Yes, they can. So I feel sometimes not as detailed, but yes, they can. Absolutely.
Yeah,
this is a detailed.
You know.
That's what I was saying about the difference between high def is it picks up everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And the difference between that and the 35 and the Polaroid is it will only pick up anomalies, not just, you know, making it look like rain or snow or making it look like it's a different kind of orb or something. I have another one that I took with the Polaroid.
Thank you. Awesome. I love that photo.
Yeah.
I love
another great one.
It's like we pass it through the family. We're like, look at this.
I know, right?
Cool.
That's what I do with this one. I pass this one around to everybody.
Yeah, and this one's real. It's plasmatic. Dust. I'm not dust. Foggy. Yeah, that was good.
And this was done with a Polaroid, one of the instant cameras, which I love. And I found out they're coming back. I want another one. I love the Polaroid. It can be a lot of fun. But this picture is actually morphed over time. How old do you think this picture is?
You look like you're about 16.
Is that you?
No.
Is that your mom?
No.
Oh, that's your friend, isn't it?
No, that's my oldest daughter.
Oh, okay.
My oldest daughter, yes, she was 14 years old. And she's now 37. I know, right? She's a psychic. Okay. But no, now she's 37. And so this picture is actually morphed over the years.
But do you know what I would find is curious is, you know, see the face that's over on the right-hand side of her?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Does that look like her today?
No. Okay. No, she pretty much looks like this picture today. She still very much looks the same.
Her hair looks like it's shorter.
It's just pulled up. This was a prom night picture.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm looking at this picture, this little blobby picture that's on the right-hand side of her.
Right, and to that picture looks to me like it is someone who's got either sunglasses on or dark eyes. It's a hat. Some people look at it, and I see it straight on. I see eyes, a nose, a mouth. And then it looks
the hair is a little wavy as it comes down. You know, it looks like one of them is pulled behind her ear. It's just, to me, it sort of looks like then and now.
Yeah, but no.
But it was taken then.
Yeah, and no, that face was always there. From the time when I took the picture, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but a Polaroid, you take a picture, it comes out, and you wave it around for a few seconds, and it develops, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this particular picture took 15 minutes. The first thing that came out was the white to the left of her. That was the first thing that came out on the picture. Nothing else came out until 15 minutes. Well, actually about 2 minutes after that came out, then she came out, and at the time you could see that it was, on a walkway, and in front there's a tree behind her, and another building, the neighbor's house behind that, and then off to the right was an archway walkway that led up to the front door, and you can't even see that anymore because the energy is like just taken over. It looks like there's a dog above her head. And that's actually a dog that we lost at this house. And then there's a lamb over here to the left of her.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, we didn't have lamb. We did not have a lamb.
Lamb chops tonight.
No lamb chops tonight. But that the first impression I got of the form above her was it was her guardian angel, and this was the first night that she was ever going out by herself with a group of other 14-year and 15-year-olds that were going in a limo to go out to eat and then go to the graduation celebration dancing. So I, it was just, I thought Spirit's way of telling me she was going to be okay. She was going to be fine.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like, but ever since then, all this other energy just coming out, and the actual picture of the original picture is pretty much just moved into the whatever that energy is.
It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Go ahead and mute that.
And I don't have any to share with you because I'm on.
I'll show you one from our wedding. I don't know, how is it that you're sharing screen?
There is over to the left-hand side of this Google Hangout. If you put your mouse over there, it'll come up with a chat, and then right below that is screen share.
Screen share.
And
then click on that.
I can figure it out.
And it'll let us see your
I will
screen.
show you a couple of pictures from our wedding.
Runs an amazing magazine. I'm sure she'll figure it out.
Huh?
Yeah.
You publish an amazing magazine, so we know you can figure it out.
You're a computer whiz.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to turn off my camera
we just
so
need one, okay? Thank you. Just one's all we need. All right, so now let me drop this down.
Well, I like seeing your
Over
face
on the
better.
left, we'll drop this down.
I'm standing up real quick.
Okay, so mousing over on the left, where does it say screen share?
Underneath chat, on the option for chat.
And the little green box.
Yeah, with the arrow.
Screen share. All right, let's click on this.
Click on it. Click on it.
Share your screen. Would like to share the content. You can choose what you'd like to share.
Yeah, they've got different kind of
Screen.
views.
We'll do entire screen. And so here's a picture of our wedding. And
Oh, wow.
interestingly, you see the red orb?
Yes.
This used to be a nunnery. And then at one time it was used as a VFW. Excuse me, my little 4-year-old. But what we thought was interesting was, and my husband and I had a Civil War wedding.
Wow.
And so this is my husband and my son in the Confederate and my husband in the Union, and this was me and my sister in our little Southern Belle gowns. But what I thought was interesting is if you look at the window up here at the top, let me small it a little bit. This right here looks like there's a soldier that's standing there, okay, looking out the window, and you can see where there's his hat, his face, and then he's standing, about from the waist up you can see. Did everybody see that?
I sure do.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look to the left, the next window, there's another soldier standing with his arms behind him, like at attention, or not attention, but at ease.
Uh-huh.
And but you don't see his head; you just see the uniform that he's wearing. Everybody see that?
Yes, that's really cool.
I do. And what would you see that red the thing about the red anomaly
Yeah.
is it's not an actual flash off one of the windows.
No, this this was a very
The audience, huh?
kind of a cloudy day. It wasn't really sunny at all.
Yeah.
Okay, but
It's not.
we had. Look at this. This is our wedding photo, and every picture that was practically taken during the ceremony came out with what we called the spirit smile. See how it looks like it's got a smile?
Yeah.
But there was no sun shining. This was done on Halloween. See that? Every picture came out like that.
Wow.
And no sun.
Look at this. My son, right here in the Confederate uniform, is holding an authentic Civil War rifle.
Huh.
And look at the red orb that goes up the length of the rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that red anomaly again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's some very deep-rooted energy right there. I mean,
Yeah,
that's been
red.
there for a long time.
Yeah. And it was all around that rifle.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Beautiful wedding, by the way.
Right? Oh my God, how cool is that?
Yeah.
I've never been to a Civil War wedding before.
It's really cool.
No, right?
They even wrote about it in the paper. It was so fun.
I bet.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Then you have somebody in their kilt. Oh, cool.
Yeah, this guy played the bagpipes during the ceremony.
Oh, I love that.
You know, as I walked across the field to the altar, he was standing in the woods in the background. You could barely see him in the woods, and he was playing what is the usual song that they play with the bagpipes?
Wow.
Shoot, I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, Amazing Grace. And
Wow.
and I walked across the field to the altar area there where we were married.
That is too cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. And yes, I did ask him what he wore underneath that kilt.
And
He said none of my business.
that means nothing. If it's a real Scottish man, it means nothing.
Yeah, it was your business.
That's
None of
cute.
your business, he said. And I keep looking for that one picture. Okay, darling, can you get in just a little bit of time, and we'll break out the KFC chicken popcorn or popcorn chicken, whatever they call it.
I got a piece of filet mignon waiting for me.
That Salisbury steak.
You know, that's it. It just seemed like every picture we took had that spirit smile to it, which was interesting.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Okay, so how do you
Wow.
stop share? Screen share, stop share. There. But I can't find that one picture that
It's just amazing. I have some pretty cool photos. I have this one photo I think some of you have all seen, but it was pretty fascinating. It was a house controlled fire, actually controlled fire by fire department my cousin is in. That controlled fire was an old house in the country that needed to be demolished, so they used it as a training fire.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, you look in that house during the fire, and it freaked out the firemen. But there looks like there's probably, what, Solana, 3 or 4 spirits partying in that house. And I tell you, I was blown away. But the thing about fire, it's got a lot of trick of the eye.
It does.
And I really feel that that photo was just all tricks of the eye. But it looked amazingly real.
It does look really cool. And I see that a lot in fires.
I remember you shared that picture on Facebook. I thought they were something. I didn't know it was a trick of the eye. I was pretty surprised.
A lot of them are trick of the eyes, and I can't whether or not I feel a little eerie when I look at that picture. But and if there is a spirit, there could be. But I think a majority of it was just a trick of the eye. I really do.
Was it really a trick of the eye?
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
It didn't exist. You could not see it.
Uh-oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Belle.
I couldn't hear that. Yeah.
I said, is it really a trick of the eye? I mean, really? Because if it didn't exist, you could not imagine it. You could not see it.
If it didn't exist, you could not see it.
Hey, Lori.
Well, the fire
Hi.
certainly existed. Yes, hello, Lori.
It's
Hi.
Lori. She's a wonderful girl.
Hello.
How's
I popped
Arizona?
in to see what was going on. I don't know what you guys
we're
are talking about.
talking about photos now. A lot of photos have like spirits in them. Solana, have you got that one pop up for her real quick? Do you have it handy?
Which one?
You got to see this, Lori. It's
Which one? Oh, you're
I
breaking
got
up.
it the other night that a friends of mine were out riding their motorcycles and they're out in the middle of nowhere. There's no houses, people, nothing. And what came up in the background will blow your mind. Wow. It was a little girl, period, probably what, 1900s-ish.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it.
Solana had pulled it up, put it on screen a little while ago. But we're talking about these photos that we all have that have these anomalies in them, and they, you can't dismiss it as just, junk or something silly. There's really something there, spirit,
Right.
and we know they're not photoshopped. And today, with cameras the way they are, our digitals and our phones, we're capturing more now than ever. And, I think in the next few years, we will have some amazing footage of this. Now, if you can, Lori, put your pointer on the picture and click
Okay.
on it, and it'll come up where you can see it. You see the motorcycles?
Okay. Yep.
Now look to the right and the back, up on top of that front motorcycle. Look up back there. Do you see that little girl?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's trippy.
Yeah, there was no little girl out there.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She's probably like, I don't want to look at it no more. Don't look at it. But, I just want a little taste of some of these photos that we have and that we're getting, and they're amazing because we're capturing so much of it now. And when I watch these ghost shows, or Solana or Belle, they even say, they're capturing more now than ever. Technology is getting bigger and better. So I think someday they're actually going to have Ghostbusters, and they're going to be able to capture them and put them in a nice little box.
I tell you
It
what,
would surprise me.
I was actually. I was listening more to this gentleman who is a scientist, and he has created a telescope that you can now see invisible things. So like the Hubble telescope they have out there taking pictures. Well, he's taking pictures of our universe around us and seeing things that he cannot see with any other telescope. Other kind of entities.
Wow. Very
Emerged
cool.
Yeah.
that able to leave a movie out of a job because
Exciting.
everybody would to see spirit just as easily as we do.
Yeah, and Belle, you're still breaking up. I don't know if it's just in
I
your
kind of
connection.
got what she was saying, but yeah, she would.
Yeah.
I think what she was saying is pretty soon we're all going to be able to see him. What is that the one, Solana, you're talking about where this guy filmed and you can see him dancing on top of their heads and on the chair, and he like stick people to on the digital to kind of show where the spirit what it's doing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's on Ghost Ventures.
That's crazy.
That guy has been on. That is pretty weird. No, I'm talking about a telescope.
Wow.
It's looking up into the sky.
That one. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's on
That's
my
what
page
I mean.
on Facebook.
Which one? I'll have to check it out. That's what I'm talking about, technology.
Yeah, it'll catch up because, again, the more advanced we are, the more our technology is going to advance. But the universe and actually seeing that the in-between, what we think is nothing there is matter.
Yeah.
Physical stuff. We just can't see it with our own naked eyes or the telescope that we have today. But except for now we do.
Yeah. One of the things is when I see something, it went viral, like a video, I'll do the research on it. I'll schnapps it, do everything I can to figure out if this is real or fake or what the hell is this? Who put it on here? Because I see some pretty phenomenal things. Like this one guy was being drugged by nothing down a hallway in a hotel. That was done as a joke, and it just went viral. But I researched because everybody thought it was. But there's this video out there, guys, that this camera, really advanced camera, and he super slow-moed it, okay, with all this digital advanced technology. And I know you all have seen it, and I did my research, and from what I could tell, it was done and it was real. This mouse got hit with a mousetrap in the garage. Ever seen that? Something going up into the... Y'all remember seeing that?
I saw that.
No.
That to me, because of my research on this stupid video, because I had is real. That was a soul. And you know, it's like this guy said on a radio show the other day, what was his name? Oh my God, I can't think of his name. He's really famous. Demonologist. He says everything, mosquitoes, ants, and I believe this too, everything has a soul.
Yes.
I believe that.
Anything that bleeds has a soul. And so these mice, just like anything else, when you die, their soul is in the body. Well, in that video, with all that advanced technology that these people put on that, waiting days for this mouse to get hit, you see that soul leaving the body. That was phenomenal.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, and there has been photos of people that have died. I have one, I think, in my genre of pictures. I think I have one. They were standing around the deathbed, and there was a bright shadow hovering over the guy that died just a few minutes after the picture was taken. That died, and there was this hovering substance thing, spirit, whatever you want to call it, over this guy, and a loved one taking him over. Probably it could have very well been. I don't think it was his soul because he hadn't died yet, unless you leave your soul before you die, which I don't think you do. But I do believe
I think it's a small portion of our soul. I believe that a small portion of our soul, especially during the time of suffering and whatnot, I believe that, you know, because we don't come in with 100% of our soul quality because our human body couldn't house it. But I believe that at time of death or near time of death, particularly when people are in a comatose state, you know, or Alzheimer's, dementia, I believe that a portion of their soul is reunited with the higher self, with the remaining of their soul in the spirit realm, and that a small portion of that soul remains in that body in order to maintain body function until such time as it's done.
Yeah, because even your heart doesn't stop beating for 15 minutes after you have passed. But I know my dad. I watched him die, and he was in and out. He wasn't there every time, but because he was so drunk.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
But I've also read stories where doctors and people, families, but doctors, you know, the scientists, have said they've seen this substance leave their bodies, naked eye.
Yeah.
And I've read those stories. So,
there's actually a movie called 12 Ounces. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's a movie about, because when you die, you lose 12 ounces.
There you go, instantly.
What is that?
The soul.
Because there's a scale on the deathbed, and so it takes his last breath. That's instant.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is. It's crazy to think about what we do because we're so alive and we don't, you know, death is always, especially death is a fear for a lot of people, so much so that they don't live their life. And I challenge everyone to get over that because it's not over, you know, when we die and we're not done.
That is like the exact thing that I'm been studying the past couple weeks is, you know, that we're a death-denying society. And, you know, if you compare our traditions and how we handle death and how we handle the dying as they're coming up to that point, and then the body afterwards, and then we just, hey, we go back to work 2 days later, you know, funeral's on Saturday, we're at work on Monday, when do we have time to honor them and to help them, make that passing and to make that crossing and to carry all these other countries and ancient traditions, they have huge and massive, celebrations and, so many ways to show honor and respect and it's how they live their life too, and I don't know.
Well,
That's
years
true.
ago too, especially in the U.S., speaking of the dead was taboo.
Right.
It was always
Like
very. You never mentioned their name or anything of that nature, and I think that's where that comes from. Is like you just get over it as quickly as possible and like back to work as usual, like you said.
Well,
Yeah, that's
this
so
guy
sad.
that was on the radio show, his name's Jeffrey Seelman, and he's on Post quite a bit with George. I have a Facebook now. He's amazing. I was reading some of his work. He said death was, and I loved how he said it. He goes, how you get up and walk through the door? We're like, yeah, that's death. You just walk through another door. It's nothing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So easy.
Literally.
It's just nothing.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
why
That's
we
exactly what I saw.
we go through that what I call the stupefied stage because you're like, oh my God, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're still, for a matter of a few days, connected with the cord to the body. So we're going to pretty much follow the body wherever it's taken,
Mm-hmm.
until we remember or, I feel like somebody has to come along and cut the cord or we choose to cut the cord, however that goes. And then for about 3 days, or excuse me, for about 2 weeks after death, that is when people will, report that they have seeing their loved one walk in the door, or they could swear they woke up and their loved one was standing at the foot of the bed, or heard their voice. That is the time frame when they're trying to say, "Hey, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm healed, I'm better," and they're getting ready to transition to go to the higher, to the light.
Yeah.
My
What's he want?
The baby's agreeing with her.
Right?
No, he's showing me. He's stealing my peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh
I want some.
Get out of there.
Did you guys know I'm going to
But
see my granddaughter in about a week? I'm so
Are you
excited.
really? How
I'm
exciting!
excited for you.
We're leaving Tuesday for Texas.
Yay!
Whoop, whoop.
Make
That'd
sure
be
you bring
fun.
a
Very
boat
cool.
just in case.
Yeah, take a boat just in case.
I know. So I said, well, we're skirting the top of Texas all the way, so hopefully
Yeah,
just get through Tornado Alley. We'll be all right.
right.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I know, I'm excited for you. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I just got back from seeing my babies. It's just so uplifting.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're depressed, just go talk to one of your grandchildren.
Yeah.
Do you know what my little 6-year-old granddaughter April said to me? The kids came over on Monday, Memorial Day, and we had, ham dinner, and we had this little gathering, and we're all sitting on the porch. And my little 6-year-old comes up to me and she goes, "Nana," she said, "can we say a prayer for the fallen soldiers?" And I looked at her, I'm like, "Where did you get that from?" Because we hadn't even mentioned it that day. Sadly, I'm ashamed to say, but we hadn't mentioned what Memorial Day was for, what have you. And she said, "I don't know, I just thought it in my head."
Aw.
Now,
No,
how
always
beautiful
have the
is
Wow.
that?
babes.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So we had a prayer. We,
Yeah.
sat down. We all had a prayer for the fallen soldiers, and I would say the word, and she would repeat it, and she's looking around to see if everybody's got their arms folded,
Aw.
but she repeated it. She was adorable.
Aw, that's too sweet.
Yeah.
But out
Won't
of the
be
mouth
long,
of
Angel. We don't have grandkids. Won't be long.
I have a grandson.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have a grandson. My oldest daughter is 22.
God dang,
Oh,
you look like you're
my
26.
You look like you're 22 yourself.
What the hell?
Does she love her haircut? She just got it cut. I think you're right.
Except, don't piss her off because it don't matter. She will be in your face and be telling you what for, and she don't care that he might have a gun or a knife.
She
You know what
confronted.
you're doing. Shame on you. And I'm like,
What?
Somebody
She
broke
knows.
into her car. She
She knows
confronted him.
fear. Yes.
Oh,
I
wow.
was
Hey,
so
no
proud of
fear.
her.
That's right.
She told him off. Had him running.
He was paralyzed for like the first 3 minutes. He was just standing there. He had no idea what to do. I'm
Because you
like,
were too
what
much like
did
his
you
mama.
take from my car? He's like, I didn't take nothing.
Oh, wow. Good for you, though. You know,
I know. Little
Proud of
scrapper.
her.
little
I think
scrapper.
I'll send her my crossbow.
She was amazing.
We're closing out.
Too cool.
I hear somebody's feedback. Well, Solana, the show's about up.
Yep. We're about ready to close it up. It's almost 10 o'clock, but we certainly will have more on Do You Believe in Ghosts, and maybe get some
Pictures.
readings in next time. But yeah, definitely have more pictures to go through and bring to you all, because there's just so many pictures that people send to Christina too.
Yeah.
So and that's good. Keep sending pictures.
Yeah,
And if you
send
don't
them.
know where, find her on Facebook. Or just go visit her, Christina Nelson, medium.com, and email her your pictures. And then they might make it on the next show. Woo woo.
Yep. Yay.
But yay, all right. So we want to go ahead and wrap it up. And we'll let you ladies go. And so I certainly enjoyed talking to you, though. I miss you, Miss Christina. You need to come back more.
Yes.
Back. I am. I got my page set up again, and I'm coming back. I've been on a year hiatus, okay? I'm back.
I know. It's time.
Jake.
I'm back.
It's time.
I'm ready.
All right, then.
All right, guys. Love y'all. I'm
Stop
ready.
the
Hey.
Love you.
Bye, Lori.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Good night.